who has been aggressively and passionately working to strengthen families, particularly families in particular need all across our state. He has been tasked with the responsibility of using the federal dollars that we have to be creative and innovative in the way that we serve those families. So, Commissioner Carter, if you would come up and make a few comments.
Governor, thanks so much. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you this morning. A little more than a year ago, Tennessee embarked on a bold experiment to transform the way our safety net serves vulnerable Tennesseans. Leaning into the adage, never waste a good crisis, Governor Lee and the Tennessee legislature came together to address a significant unspent balance of our Temporary Assistance for Needy Families block grant. They resisted the urge to move millions of dollars quickly and without plan just to get off the hot seat. Instead, entered into a thoughtful and impactful piece of legislation known as the TANF Opportunity Act. The legislation was approved without opposition in both the House and the Senate. The component of the legislation that brings us here today is the public announcement of 7 significant implementation grants. These community-designed and driven grants will test the hypothesis of our vision of growing capacity to reduce dependency of economically, socially, and developmentally vulnerable Tennessee families. A centerpiece objective of Governor Lee is building a Tennessee where all have the opportunity to thrive. Transforming our safety net is a vital component of that objective. This announcement serves as a down payment on the DHS role in transforming Tennessee together. I'm pleased to announce the 7 grants that will be awarded $25 million each to test this hypothesis of growing capacity to reduce dependency. Family Matters, representing West Tennessee. The University of Memphis, representing West Tennessee. Family and Children's Service, representing Middle Tennessee. Upper Cumberland Human Resource Agency, representing Middle Tennessee. First Tennessee Development District Foundation, representing East Tennessee. The United Way of Greater Knoxville, representing East Tennessee. And the 7th is Martha O'Brien Center, which will be the grant that the Department of Human Services will administer, serving Middle Tennessee. I want to thank each and every member of the Families First Advisory Board who implemented a rigorous process by which we would make these selections. And I'd like to note 2 members of the Family First Advisory Board that are here with us today, our Vice Chairman, Jerry Askew, and Representative David Hawk. And I also have to say a profound thanks to the staff at the Department of Human Services. I had the blessing and good fortune 16 months ago of inheriting an agency that is so high functioning and just littered with superstars. And they have very much made today possible. And so with that, I want to turn the dais back over to my boss, the 50th Governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I'd to echo the department and the people in the department that have helped to implement or really to create what we're doing here, and who will be tasked with the job of implementing this. So the passion, as I've met with many of you over the last few months, the passion is there, and we're grateful for that. And I also, too, want to thank the members of our legislature who were engaged in this process, and Representative Hawk. Chairman Senator Bo Watson, as well, has had a key role to play in this, and certainly been a part of creating the foundation by which we can launch this pilot program. So, Senator Watson, Chairman, if you could come up and say a few comments.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. First of all, I know a lot of accolades have gone out already, but I want to follow up and thank my co-sponsor and partner in the legislature, Representative David Hawk, who is a true leader for Tennesseans, and particularly the district that he represents. I also want to thank the people at the Tennessee for Quality Early Education, who provided us with a lot of background information as the legislative side of this was deeply engaged in the discussion with the executive branch. I want to thank the Department of Human Services. This has truly been a collaborative effort between the two branches of government. It is a demonstration of Governor Lee's leadership and how he operates. If you want to see what quality looks like and what Governor Lee represents in terms of that quality, look at how this piece of legislation and this law was developed and how it will be executed. And finally, I want to thank everyone who served on the Families First Community Advisory Board. You may not know, I would encourage the media to look at the membership of that board. It is a cross-section of Tennessee. It is made up of people who represent local government. It is made up of people who are in state government. It is made up of people who are ordinary citizens. It is made up of people who have been beneficiaries of the TANF programs. It is a true cross-sectional representation of Tennessee, and why I believe this process has been the most thorough, deliberative, and quite frankly, most high-quality program development that we've ever done here. I would ask that you look at the programs that were selected today as startup companies. We're copying the private sector by investing in these startup programs, $25 million each over the next 3 years. Some will be successful and some will fail. The private sector understands that, and we should too. Through a randomized controlled trial process, we will take the programs that are successful and we will scale them appropriately. We'll take the programs that fail and we will either eliminate them or we will modify them significantly. At the end of the day, taxpayers expect to pay for programs that work. They're willing to pay for programs that work. It is our responsibility to prove to them the programs that work. My hope, and I think I share this with Representative Hawk, is that this will become a national model for others to follow. This is a good way to develop programs in your state and in our country. This is, and Governor Lee challenged us to this 4 years ago, and I'm going to remind him of it today. This is just another example of Tennessee leading, where Tennessee is setting the standard for other states all across the nation. And as we say, Tennessee is America at its best, and this is truly an example of that. With that, let me introduce Brittany Cleveland, who was a member of the advisory board, and she will speak to her own personal experience. Brittany?
Thank you, Senator. Good morning. I would like to start by saying how honored I am to be here and be a part of something so monumental. Many years ago, I was a TANF recipient. Through the TANF program, I was able to start my career with the state of Tennessee. Without this support and assistance, I don't know where I would be today. The program was truly life-changing for myself and my children. I can now proudly say I have been a state employee for 15 years. I currently serve as a director for the Department of Human Services Family Assistance. When I was approached to become a member of the Families First Advisory Board, this is something I accepted without hesitation. I have seen firsthand how our programs can impact the lives of Tennesseans, myself included. Working alongside my fellow board members and our staff behind the scenes that organize and plan to make all of this happen, I have seen the hard work, the dedication, and the diligence of everyone coming together to help those that need it most. This process has been truly inspiring. Being able to help families move out of poverty and improve their overall quality of life is one of the most important jobs that exist. I'm very excited for our families of Tennessee, and I look forward to seeing what we're able to accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you for your service on this. And Chairman, thank you for your comments as well. And I just want to say I'm very encouraged and inspired by what's happening here today. Certainly, every Tennessean deserves our best effort. We should create an environment where Tennesseans can thrive, and that includes every single Tennessean. Government cannot solve the problems of the day, but we can work together to create an environment where the people do that. And the people do that through nonprofits, through faith community, through community organizations, through individuals that are engaged in helping their neighbors. And that is what this is about today. It is looking to our neighbors that need help for the moment and finding a way to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. It's innovative. It is creative. I do believe, as Chairman says, this is a model for the nation. And we certainly know that we will find a way forward that benefits the most Tennesseans in the best possible way. I'm excited about that. We talked a little bit about, our Commissioner listed off a number of the organizations. I want to just give you an example of one of them as a means to describe the creativity and how we're looking at different pilots to see what will work in some of the families that we're trying to serve. An organization called Families Matter that he listed out. This is a faith-based fatherhood initiative that gives men in West Tennessee, where their service area is located, the tools that they need to provide for their families. By increasing economic mobility, creating paths towards sustained child support payments, mentorship programs, to help men build strong relationships with their children. Strong families are made stronger when fathers are engaged with their children. This is an example of a community partnership that I believe will change lives and strengthen families for generations. And this is just one of the organizations that we will be specifically monitoring and tracking and looking for outcomes and seeing what the impact is on the families that we're trying to serve through this funding. So it is, in fact, an exciting day for us, and we are grateful for all that have come together to make this happen. It's been a long time and a lot of work in the making, but we're just now beginning. We get to start seeing the results. We get to start seeing those bridges being built. We get to start seeing those lives being transformed, and we get to see one step closer to every Tennessean having the ability to thrive. So thank you all for being with us today. Thanks for everyone joining. We'll do an avail here in just a minute, and I think I'll do an avail, and then I think we're going to have questions available for you if you'd like to afterwards. So thank you very much. Thank you. Yep. Are you